He put an unheralded folk instrument from Kashmir on the world map. At 74, Pandit Shiv Prasad Sharma and Santoor are still inseparable. His son, Rahul Sharma, has inherited his music. The father-son duo believe that musicians must be in tune with the times.
Compared to other instruments of India like sitar, sarod, Santoor comparatively is a young instrument. The history of Santoor in Indian classical music is of 60 years, and during this period what has happened, if we look back from where I started, nobody had even heard the name of Santoor, and forget about playing classical music, and that's a long history what happened in between. But today Santoor has become an integral part of Indian classical scene all over the world. And now what Rahul is doing, so that takes it to a different dimension, and he has added a new dimension to Santoor repertoire of music.
I don't know if I've added another repertoire or a new genre to Santoor, but what I know is that, of course, like you rightly said, that the Santoor was not even heard of by people
Totally unknown instrument.
Exactly, until you brought it to film music first and played there, and in 60s or whatever, and then of course classical concerts started happening, and then you took it all over the world. So I think people got to know the Santoor because of that. But I guess yeah, in the future it looks very interesting because simply because now Santoor is not just a folk or a classical instrument, it's headed into collaborative world music. I mean, you have artists like Kenny G and Richard Clayderman, who are you know, the highest selling artists in their genre and their instruments collaborating with the Santoor now, and they've got CDs out. So I think that has taken it also to a different audience in a way.
Different audience who are not exposed to our Indian classical music, but after listening to these collaborations, they were drawn towards classical
music.
It
just brings in a new breed of listener, and that's very important for any process to grow and continue, because for longevity that's extremely important. So I think the future seems to be pretty bright and pretty interesting, provided that the younger generation keeps coming to listen to the concerts, and their following generations also continue it.
These days I have been experimenting with different kind of audience. I was in Womet Festival in March, February-March in Australia and New Zealand, and I explained to them why tabla is not played in alap, what is the significance of alap, and I requested them to close their eyes, don't clap, just feel the music. It's like meditation, so that way they connect with our music. It depends on you, on the musician, what your conviction is about your music.
Yeah, I think of course one can only learn from such experience that you have, and I mean, I try and follow that as well. But of course, when it's a fusion concert, people are looking forward to something completely different.
Totally different.
And I don't want to disappoint them at times, and you know, do like a 20-minute alap, and they've come there to listen to a different genre of music.
Of course, that's a different kind of.
So then I try not to get into that space. But of course, when you're playing, suppose in a festival like Savai Gandharv or Dover Lane in Calcutta or somewhere where the audience is hungry for classical music, then you have then you have, you know, that your long alaps and everything just the way it is, and that's very much happening even now.
But in your fusion music also I have attended, you start with your compositions from different albums and all that, but when you end it, you bring that classical element.
Definitely.
Drukgat and Jhala and everything is there.
Definitely, because that has it has the capability or to take the audience into a higher zone, because it creates a trance-like state, and that happens with that music.
What I have noticed when attending whichever concerts of yours, there is fusion. In fusion, there is a melody also, and the root of that is classical music. I am very happy when I attend your classical concerts. There is no fusion element in your music, and keep it up. You have to, because these two are different sections of music.